What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. So here we are with our 2020 Dodge Journey, and well, this is one of the worst case scenarios that you can deal with. And this car does smell like weed. It's actually not as bad as it normally can be. I've actually had much worse. So I believe that this is manageable. So we ran it for probably about an hour last night, ran the engine with the AC on, and put this ozone machine inside the vehicle. Now this ozone machine captures what's called O3, and it attaches to odors and it destroys them. So now the car kind of smells a little more like an ozone machine. It is still pretty dirty. So there's sand on the floor mats. There's probably some leftover stuff that's kind of laying around in it. So now we're going to be focusing our time actually cleaning the car and getting all of that stuff out. So we'll take you through that process, kind of let you see what that looks like. This is going to be a more involved interior detail than what I'm normally used to in terms of our airport renters. So not a problem. We're just going to get right to it. Now I'll let you guys also see one other thing. While I'm in that process, the car was returned with a scratch on it. So this is kind of that point when you sort of have to decide what's going to be a claim. If I file a claim on this car for this scratch and make the customer pay it, it will show as a minor accident on the car's Carfax report. So far, I don't know if you can see it on camera. Yeah, you can. I have taken the touch-up pen and I have run it along the deeper scratches on the car. These ones are more of surface scratches. So we're gonna take a wheel with some compound and we're gonna see if we can go ahead and just get rid of these with a little bit of compound. We're gonna wait for this touch-up paint to completely dry. It is pretty close. So we're just gonna let that kind of sit there for a little bit, and we will grab a wheel probably after we get done with the interior detail, just to ensure that this is completely cured and in the car and ready to be kind of wheeled out. And we will see if we can buff this out and make this look better. And I will show you why sometimes it is better to just leave these alone without filing a claim if you know how to detail it yourself. So as you can see, I removed I actually tried to drive with the windows down, but if you can look inside, some of this is kind of hard to see because it's kind of dark in here. I'm gonna pop open a door so the lights will come on. If you look in the passenger floorboard, we got a bunch of sand. And if we go back into the back seat, it doesn't look as bad back here, but there's still a little bit of staining. And then we have the third row as well. So we're gonna work on cleaning all of this up, and we will check back once it's all done. So here we go. All right, so all of our interior panels are officially wiped and cleaned off. The thing about running an ozone machine is you do have to clean the windows because they will leave a small fog on it. You can't really see it all that well, but we will clean all of the windows. And then the last thing that we'll have to do is vacuum the car out. We'll actually go ahead and while we have all of the rubber floor mats out of the car, we're going to go ahead and check the floor mats. You can see there's a little bit of a wet spot on the door. That'll dry off. But we'll take a look at the in-floor cooler and see if anything was done inside there. And it does not look like there is any sort of residue or stickiness inside there, just a bunch of glitter that's been in there for a while. And we'll go ahead and check the other one here. And this is the amount of thoroughness that you want to do. You want to check all of it and make sure that everything looks in line and looks clean, because that is going to be the one thing that people are going to catch. Like even this little thing right here, there's a little bit of sand right inside that that panel, or inside this cigarette lighter. So we're gonna go ahead and spray that down, and we will get all of that out. And then the next thing that we're gonna be doing is cleaning these floor mats and making them look like new before we go ahead and stick them back in the car. So let's go ahead and continue on. So because I have already in theory used a wet towel to clean stuff, I'm just going to take the same wet towel. It's kind of damp, and I'm just going to go around the cigarette lighter, and we'll go inside as well. Even though there are some electrical components, we're not getting it soaking wet. We're just sticking the towel in there enough to pick up whatever sand or residue is sitting on the inside, and then we're going to clean the inside of this port. I don't do this all the time. This is not oh my gosh, I check inside the cigarette lighters every single time. This is more of just, you know, you see it, you see sand on it, you see something dirty, go ahead and clean it. Now it's time to clean these floor mats. You'll see what it looks like before. There's sand on pretty much every single one of them. So we're gonna bust out our pressure washer and get to work. All right, and the last thing that we need to work on that's probably going to take us the most effort is that scratch right on the paint. So we'll bring it a little bit closer so you can go ahead and see it. And it's pretty visible there. So we're gonna go ahead and take a wheel and we're gonna rub some of this and see if we can get these scratches to go away. There's basically our during. You can barely see anything at this point. The scratch that I used the touch-up pen on, thankfully, is almost on the body line, so you can barely even tell that it exists. I'm sure in the sunlight you're gonna probably see it even more, but this likely has some swirl marks on it now, so we're gonna grab another, it's called a DA, also known as an agitating rotator wheel. And we will go ahead and get these swirl marks out, so that way we have a final finish here. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and grab our microfiber. And we're gonna wipe across and see what our final result looks like. And that looks pretty good. You can barely tell that there was anything here. It is super clean again. Yes, there are a couple of little, if you look close enough, you're gonna be able to see the areas that I hit with the pen. But as far as the rest of the scratches goes, they are all but gone. There's one little one that's sort of deep into the paint right here, but the rest of it is basically disappeared. So very happy with the result. So that is part of what you really want to do here in terms of when you're looking at stuff like this and trying to decide if you're going to file a claim. Would you rather take the depreciation on the car, saying that the car was damaged or in an accident, or would you rather just repair it yourself, and then maybe give that renter a lower rating star because they damaged your vehicle? So that's kind of what you want to keep in mind when you're looking at stuff like this. All right, we're ready to see the final result. 3, 2, 1. So altogether, this took me roughly around 2 hours to complete, just over 2 hours actually, between cleaning the inside of the vehicle, between cleaning that scratch on the quarter panel, and just getting the car overall fully prepped and ready to go. Now, as I said before, not every one of these details is going to take that long. It is only because this car was returned pretty trashed. If you have a car that's pretty clean, you can have these cars done in under an hour. So I just wanted to be able to take you through a full detail and see what it looks like for when you give a car to a renter that is completely 100% cleaned out, ready to go. I am fully comfortable with the way this car looks and have no doubt that whoever takes this vehicle next is going to be super happy with the cleanliness and the overall expectations of what the vehicle should look like. Now, do I go a little over the top? Maybe, but it's my standard. So I want to make sure that I'm setting the correct standard for our renters when they come in and get in our vehicles, because they do have a choice. But when push comes to shove, if they decide that they're going to come back to Jacksonville, or if it's somebody that's local, that wants to rent a vehicle again, I want a repeat customer. And this is how I'm going to get one. So that is going to do it for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great week. And if you need to rent a vehicle, AtchooRentals.com. If you are here in Jacksonville, Florida, we would love to earn your business. Have a great rest of your day. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. So dealing with one of the worst case scenario circumstances when it comes to a car that comes back. So here we are with our 20.
Circumstances closest by rush. Sorry, there was a problem with Apple.
Hey Siri, stop. Stop.